Well, this week's Monday meditation, as we continue to read through the Psalms here to start 2025, and we are in Psalm 3, and I trust that it'll be an encouragement to you as you begin your week. O Lord, how many are my foes? Many are rising against me. Many are saying of my soul, there is no salvation for him in God. But you, O Lord, are a shield about me, my glory and the lifter of my head. I cry aloud to the Lord, and he answered me from his holy hill. I lay down and slept. I woke again, for the Lord sustained me. I will not be afraid of many thousands of people who have set themselves against me all around. Arise, O Lord, save me, O my God, for you strike all my enemies on the cheek. You break the teeth of the wicked. Salvation belongs to the Lord. Your blessing be on your people. This is a psalm of David, and of course David had many enemies around him, whether it was Saul or his son Absalom or the surrounding nations. And David found himself in danger many times, and he expresses his prayers to God in these psalms that we read. And Psalm 3 is just such a psalm. And for those of you that are listening to this Monday meditation, you are probably not in a situation where there are literal enemies, as in nations or tribes trying to conquer you or trying to overthrow your kingdom as David experienced. But I have no doubt for many of you, if not most of you, you've experienced times where you felt like life was crushing around you, whether it was relationships or your own spiritual struggles or difficulties. And you felt like you were losing, you were being defeated. And this psalm's an encouragement because David, in the midst of these feelings of defeat is on the horizon, there are many foes rising against me, as he says in verse 1, David turns his eyes to the same place that we should turn our eyes to, and that's to the Lord. He says of the Lord that the Lord is a shield about me, that the Lord lifts my head. And I love verse 5. He says, I lay down and slept. I woke again, for the Lord sustained me. Sometimes when life overwhelms us, we find sleep hard to get a hold of. We toss and turn in our bed because of the worries of life. And David, he's able to lay down and sleep because he trusts in the Lord. He knows that God has him in the palm of his hand, and that gives him rest. And enables him to sleep in peace. And so, can I just encourage you from this psalm that you might be facing, even this week, some enemies all around you? Maybe it's not literal enemies in the sense of what David was facing, again, foreign powers and so forth. But it's the enemies that life throws at us, the world, the flesh, and the devil. Can I encourage you? Look to God. He's your shield. He's your strength. He fights on your behalf. Salvation belongs to him. Don't try and fight these battles on your own, but let God fight them for you and walk in faith as David did. So I trust this psalm will be encouragement to you this week. God bless.